Because I like kids, and
So do you all live in that area?
Well, I think both of us have enjoyed reading and always enjoyed working with children. I was a teacher for quite a few years, and we also like to act out a little bit, right?
yeah, we're kind of hams in a way that we enjoy telling stories to kids, and we like seeing how they react. Well, our director, George Loquist, worked here at this school, and it's always been special in his heart, and so he said, do you want to come over? They're a great group, and here we are.
We've come several summers now.
I enjoy it because I love to see the kids' faces when they really are into some of the stories that we're telling them, where they act surprised or they laugh. That's what I like best.
And not only that, but you can probably tell we have a lot of fun together doing this too.
If I could change something, it would probably be the little wolf crying, so then he won't get in as much trouble.
Well, I wouldn't change anything because that's what the point of story theater is, right? You don't need to change anything. Go ahead, Kanya.
I agree. I think is it story theater?
Or storytelling.
Or storytelling.
Wait.
Okay, you're starting to confusing me. Anyways, I think it's perfect the way it is. There's nothing that need to be changed except maybe we could just add a little bit more stuff to it. If that makes sense.
What kind of stuff?
I don't know. Maybe it really depends on the story that's being told. You know.
I think I think more props would be a good idea.
My favorite story was probably, I don't know, I can't choose. They were both really well.
I like the second one. Yeah. How about you?
Thank you, guys.
I liked the coyote.
They're both coyote.
No, the first one was a coyote. The second one was a wolf.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the first story of the trickery was my favorite because I liked how he tricked the animals and the animals tricked him back at the very end.
I actually didn't really hate it. All of the story was pretty good.
I don't think there's anything that I don't like about it. Everything is good. Have like a beginning, a story, a conflict, and then I think that's a climax, right? And then there's like a conclusion at the end, which is really good.
Same.
Well, I didn't like how there was not a lot of props, and I didn't like how the performers were looking down once in a while at their script.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon and welcome to Story Theater. We have 2 stories for you this afternoon, and I am so happy to see an audience that has some little people and some big people, because our stories are on multiple levels, and we will be talking to you too, and hopefully you will enjoy some of the things that the little ones. So that will happen. But before we get started, let me tell you about your important job this afternoon. Your job is to be our audience. And that is a very special job. An audience listens and watches, but an audience does not talk, because you are listening and you are watching. If something funny happens, can you laugh? Of course, of course. But you laugh appropriately so that the readers can continue with the story. Our first story today is about a trickster. He is a coyote, and he plays tricks on all of his animal friends. And quite frankly, they are tired of his tricks. So we are going to see how the animals trick the coyote back. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, Story Theater presents to you Adios, Coyote.
I read the part of the coyote. I love to play tricks on my friends, but sometimes I get tricked myself.
I read three parts: the quail, the jackrabbit, and the armadillo. That coyote makes our lives miserable, but we will get him in the end.
I read two parts, the Roadrunner and the Scorpion. And we've had enough of that coyote.
And I also read two parts. First, I read the part of a javelina, which is like a wild pig. And then I read the part of a little itty bitty prairie dog. And we work together to outsmart that coyote.
And I read the part of the narrator. I help to tell the story when the other characters aren't speaking. Ooh, coyote. That pesky prankster had a bad habit of playing low-down, dirty tricks on the other desert animals. One morning, the desert animals were all gathered together.
Coyote invited me to dinner, and then he tried to put me in the frying pan.
Whoa, that coyote, he challenged me to a race, but it ended in a trap. I lost my tail feathers trying to escape.
Ooh, and that coyote, he painted a rock right outside my burrow to look like a mountain lion. And I was so scared, I didn't come out for 2 weeks.
Oh.
In time, Coyote's tricks became so troublesome that one star-bright night, Jackrabbit called a secret meeting under the Joshua tree.
I reckon it's time that Coyote get a taste of trouble himself.
Ooh, what are we going to do? He is so clever and cunning and cruel.
Well, we've got to trick him. Once, twice, 3 times. Then we'll be done with that bothersome bully for good.
Oh, how?
Oh yeah, how?
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Well, I have a plan. Just listen.
Oh,
I like that.
that's the plan. We're going to do that.
And then that's what we will do.
Okay, all right, all right.
The next day, Coyote woke up and he scratched his flea-bitten belly.
Hey, hey! Who can I trick today? How about that giant, hairy scorpion?
Coyote tramped through the tumbleweeds. He found Scorpion down by the creek. Scorpion was rubbing sagebrush back and forth over something brown and round.
Hey, giant hairy scorpion, what are you doing with that sagebrush?
No, what does it look like I'm doing? I'm dusting off this big hunk of trouble.
Doesn't look like trouble to me. That there looks like an old dry mud pie.
Oh, Coyote, you must be as blind as a bat. This is not a mud pie, no siree. This is Big Bobcat's new flat hat. And I'm supposed to dust it off so he can wear it to meet his girlfriend.
And who would Big Bobcat's girlfriend be?
Oh, why, it's Miss Armadillo, of course.
Miss Armadillo is my girlfriend.
Not after she sees Big Bobcat in this handsome new hat.
You should see Miss Armadillo do the boomba, boomba, boomba.
Oh.
Hoo-wee, give me that hat.
Oh, you can't. Big Bobcat told me to make sure and certain that nobody touches it. Nope, or there'll be trouble. Big trouble.
Look here, you squishy little bug. Either I wear that hat on my head or I wear you.
All right.
So off behind the river rocks, Scorpion scampered, singing softly.
Don't mess with trouble, whatever you do. If you mess with trouble, it'll mess back with you.
Coyote snatched up the mud pie hat, set it carefully on top of his head, and then
Boomba, 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 boomba.
Miss Armadillo came strutting along, her shell shining like silver in the starlight.
Morning, Miss Armadillo. Reckon I'd be happy as a fly stuck in honey if you would take a little walk with me. I'm wearing this flat new hat so you'll know exactly what I think of you.
Miss Armadillo took one look at that round, brown mud pie, all covered with flies, and leaped in the air shrieking.
Ah! You disgusting old coyote! I never want to see you again!
Boomba, 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 boomba.
I told you not to mess with trouble, but you didn't listen, no siree. If you mess with trouble, it'll mess back with you.
Next day, Coyote woke up and scratched his flea-bitten belly again.
Hey-de hey, who will I trick today? How about that pig-headed javelina?
Coyote found Javelina down at the purple prickly pear patch. That wild pig was tiptoeing in circles with a sleeping animal.
Javelina, what have you got there?
Oh, trouble.
Doesn't look like trouble to me. That there looks like a furry little lump.
Oh, Coyote, you must have dust for brains, because this lump is Big Bobcat's brand new hat cat. See here, there's a fine white stripe down its big black back, and it runs all the way down. I suppose that I have to take really, really good care of Big Bobcat's fine black cat.
Coo-wee! Never in my long life have I ever petted a white striped cat. Ooh. I'll bet Big Bobcat won't mind if I just give it one.
Oh, he would too. He would too. Big Bobcat told me to be sure and certain that nobody pets this cat while he's gone. Otherwise, there's going to be big trouble.
Looky here, you hairy hog. Either I pat this white-striped cat, or I pat you until you're flat.
Oh, all right then. Don't mess with trouble, whatever you do. If you mess with trouble, it'll mess back with you.
With a big old grin, Coyote patted that skunk from the top of her head to the tip of her tail. That pat riled the skunk up something fierce. She raised her white striped tail in the air and sprayed Coyote a good one.
I smell you.
Coyote landed with a thud in the mud. In the middle of the nearest water hole, he scrubbed his stinky self nose to toes.
I told you not to mess with trouble, but you didn't listen. Don't mess with trouble, whatever you do. Mess with trouble, mess back with you.
The next day, Coyote woke up and scratched his flea-bitten belly yet again.
Hey, who will I trick today? How about that jumpy jackrabbit?
So Coyote found Jackrabbit down by a stand of cottonwood trees. It looked like to Coyote like Jackrabbit was hip-hopping back and forth under the tallest tree.
Jackrabbit, why are you happy?
Got to. I'm guarding the trouble that hangs in the tree here.
Doesn't look like trouble to me. That there looks like a dusty old drum.
Coyote, I reckon you're about as smart as a stump. That's not just any dusty old drum. It's Big Bobcat's wishing drum. He plays it anytime he wants a wish to come true.
Woo-wee! In all my prowling, howling days, I've never patted a wishing drum. Ooh. Big Bobcat will never know if I bang it just once.
Can't let you. Big Bobcat told me to make sure and certain nobody plays his drum or there'll be trouble. Big trouble.
Look here, you hair-brained hopper. Either I bang on this drum or I bang on you.
All right. Don't mess with trouble, whatever you do. If you mess with trouble, it'll mess back with you.
Then Coyote picked up a stick and bat, bat, bat. Coyote whacked that hornet's nest as hard as he could. They came storming out of that nest like a swirling tornado. That angry swarm chased Coyote in and out of the cottonwoods, all around the prickly pear patch, across the desert, and clean out of sight.
Oh, I wish with all my whiskers never to see that swishy scorpion, that prickly pig, or that hairy hopper ever again.
Adios, Coyote.
Looks like that drum made your wish and our wish come true.
Don't mess with trouble, whatever you do. If you mess with trouble, it'll mess back with you.
Stand up, there's some chairs over that one. 15 minutes. Just this one story was it. You guys do
You guys want to come sit
She's not Nila, go over one.
Do you like the story?
Hold your stick. Like you have to move. Josh?
Is that enough room? One stand away? All right. Yeah, that's good. Yep, perfect. Perfect. All right, are you good now? Got everybody? All right. So, the coyote learned an important lesson. Not to mess with his fellow animals in the desert. Our second story is called The Wolf Who Cried Boy. And this is what we call, for the older kids, a fractured fairy tale. It's one where we twist the characters around. There's a very old story about the boy who cried wolf. He cried wolf when there wasn't any wolf. He did it over and over again. And one day, when there really was a wolf, nobody believed him because he had said it so many times. In the fractured fairy tale, it is a little wolf, and instead of crying wolf, he cries boy over and over again. And we see what happens to him and his family. There's a lot of wordplay in this story, which you folks will get, all right? And I hope that you enjoy it. Now, Story Theater presents to you The Wolf Who Cried Boy.
I read the part of Little Wolf, and I am so sick and tired of having the same old stuff for dinner every night.
I read the part of Father Wolf, and I have to teach my son not to play tricks on his parents.
I read the part of Mother Wolf, and I am so tired of Little Wolf complaining about his food.
I read the part of the narrator. I help to tell the story when the characters are not speaking. Once upon a time, there lived a family of wolves.
We stole sheep and ran after deer.
And snacked on muskrat and squirrel.
Except for me.
Little Wolf never stopped complaining about what I made for dinner each night.
Lamb burgers? Again? I hate lamb burgers.
Yes, lamb burgers, Little Wolf.
Sloppy doughs? We had sloppy doughs just last night. Look.
Yes, sloppy doughs, Little Wolf.
And chocolate mousse? Chocolate mousse makes me sick. And it looks just like
That's enough of
mud.
But it never did any good. All Little Wolf wanted to eat was
boy. Why can't we have boy tonight? We never have boy anymore.
Oh. Well, son, there was a time when a clever wolf could snatch a shepherd boy off a hill or pluck a farm boy out of a field.
Oh, there's nothing better than a steaming plate full of
Boy chops!
A big, baked boy-tato.
And some boysenberry pie.
But boys are hard to come by these days.
So stop complaining and finish off that moose.
Yes, Mother. But suppose I find a boy someday, Father?
Well, if you find a boy someday out there in the woods, your mother and I will be very happy to cook him up for you.
But I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you.
The next day, as Little Wolf made his way home from school, he sniffed the air.
3 pig salad. I hate 3 pig salad.
Then Little Wolf remembered what his father and mother had told him about catching a boy someday. He decided to play a little trick on Father and Mother Wolf. He ran home just as fast as he could, howling all the way.
Boy! Boy, I've just seen a boy in the woods. We can catch him if we hurry.
Father and Mother Wolf raced out of the cave. They ran through the woods to the top of the hill and all the way down to the creek. They peered into trees and sniffed behind rocks and looked into every hollow log.
Oh, Granny, too tough. Oh, no.
We looked everywhere.
Oh.
Little Wolf, everywhere a boy might go, we couldn't find one.
Aww.
The joke got even better when Mother announced,
Oh, no. The 3 pig salad is ruined. The tails are limp, the ham is damp, oh, and the feet are pickled.
Oh, don't worry, dear. We can make do with snack food tonight.
Oh, yum! Snack food. That means chipmunks and dip.
Little Wolf was happy. So happy, in fact, that he decided to try the same trick the very next day.
Mom, Dad, it's the boy. I saw him again. He's just over here at the edge of the woods.
Once again, Father and Mother Wolf went racing after the boy.
Oh, girl! No, too sweet, too cute.
Once again, they came dragging home their paws empty. And once again, their dinner was ruined.
Oh, just look at that Granny Smith pie. The apples are entirely too mushy.
Yep, and Granny's gone all hard and crusty.
Well, looks like snacks again tonight, huh?
But the smile on Little Wolf's face made Father Wolf wonder. And then he heard his son a little later on the phone.
That's right. I didn't have to eat dinner again tonight. I think tomorrow I'm going to play the same trick and tell them there's a boy in the woods that works every time.
Father went straight to Mother, and they agreed that on the following night they would ignore his silly tricks. The next day, Little Wolf made his way home from school as usual. He could smell the awful odor of hot, steamy muskrat ratatouille floating out of the cave, and was just about to holler, "Boy," when the most amazing thing happened.
Forward, march! The boys go marching round and round, hurrah! The ants go marching round and round, hurrah, hurrah! The ants go marching one by one, the little ones suck to suck his thumb, and they all go marching down to the ground. Get out on the grave.
Boy! Boy!
But no one came running from the cave.
Boy! Boys!
But still no one came.
The ants go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah!
There are boys out there! Dozens of them! Big ones, little ones, fat ones, skinny ones, enough to fill our freezer 4 times, and it is boy hunting season!
Oh, that's very nice, dear, but I already have our supper planned.
You're not fooling us again, son. We're on to your little Twix.
That's when one of the boys stuck his head in the cave. He was a rascal, a lot like Little Wolf, in fact. He had crept away from his Boy Scout pack to have a closer look.
See, there's one of them there right now!
But even though the boy tiptoed right into the cave, Little Wolf couldn't get anyone to look.
There's a boy on the couch.
Oh, that's enough now, son.
You're not fooling us again. We're on to your little tricks, little wolf.
But I'm not pretending this time. Honestly, there is a boy right here in our cave. So look,
But they still ignored him.
look. Please look. Please. I think he's going to try to get away.
Oh, my.
Where is this boy?
I think he's trying to get away. He's getting away.
Look at the time.
Oh, look, he's, come on, look at these, he's getting away.
We'll do no such thing and go after him. From now on, you're going to eat your dinner without complaining.
You waited too long, he was here a minute ago. All we have to do is run outside.
Never again, and you will stop your fibbing, young man. Do you understand? And eat your dinner without any complaining.
Yes, Mother.
From then on, Little Wolf ate
Lamb burgers.
And 3 pig salad.
And even Granny Smith pie.
and he never again cried,
Boy! Those are our stories for you this afternoon. You were an awesome audience. Thank you so much for inviting us and for making time out of your day for us.
Could they ask you questions?
They certainly may.
Anyone have a question? Like who wrote the story? How long have they been doing this? Kinds of questions like that? What's your question?
no questions?
Well, there are some.
Your favorite
Yes.
part?
What is your question? Have we done any more stories?
Oh,
Yes, we have over 30 stories that we do for children in schools and libraries. Great question. I'm going to ask a question about who wrote the book. You have the book, The Wolf Who Cried Boy. This is written by Bob Hartman. So you can find this book maybe in the library. Yes.
Ask them their favorite part.
What is your question?
How did you get those puppets?
How did we get our puppets? And I'm assuming you mean our hats and our props. All right? The wolves, we found online. This one we made ourselves. We have some ladies that are very creative. This is just a sun shield. This is somebody's old sock, and I don't know, and some pipe cleaners. And foam. And foam.
This was just an old baseball hat that we covered with feathers and felt.
This armadillo is looks like a hard hat of some kind that we just covered with, and painted.
And painted it.
There she is. So, to answer your question, some of them we make and some of them we buy. Yes, miss? You have a question? Listen.
You have a question? Are you telling them or you have a question?
Oh, just like Little Wolf, right? A mommy and a daddy. Very nice.
Way back there.
Yep. Yep, got it. Yes, miss?
How do you guys make the story?
How do we make the stories? Excellent question. All right, we start usually with a book like this one, and then we write a script. We have a committee, people that write the script. We take out the words that we don't need, and our director helps us to put in actions to make the stories come alive for you.
What is a director and who is that?
What is a director? A director is like a boss.
I tell everybody what to do.
This is Mr. Linguist, our director. He's really a very nice man when he's not growling. Yes.
So how did you guys make this like one entire big team?
Oh, how did we make this big team? Another excellent question. We advertise in our community education paper. We have word of mouth. We talk about it. And there are over 30 of us that get together 2 times a month to practice. So we got together because we all love reading and we love to tell stories. And that's how we got together. We've been together for 23 years. Whoa! Yes.
How do you guys remember the script?
How do we? Oh, excellent. How do we remember the scripts? Well, we cheat a little. We cheat. We have the scripts written down.
We have them in front of us,
Yes.
so we don't have to remember everything.
Everything.
Well, up front, we have to remember.
We have to remember.
Right. And we have done these stories, some of us so many times, that we remember them. We remember, most of us. Yes, sir.
How do you make this big classroom?
What about the big classroom?
How do you make this big?
How did we make this big classroom? You know what? We were fortunate. We did not have to build this big classroom. Concordia College provided it for us to use today. And we are very grateful for that. Thank you. And I think maybe one more. Do we have one more question? Anybody over 4 feet tall have a question?
Barely any of us.
Yes?
Piper has a question?
You think about it, Piper. I'll be back to you. Yes, miss. How do we make the stories? Remember I told you we start with a book like this, and then we write a script, right? We write the words that we want to say, and our director gives us the actions. Yes, Piper. Way in back. Ah, finally. Yes.
So have you guys like written any like original stories before?
Oh, we are working on an original story, which may or may not come to fruition. But at this point, we are using text for the most part. All right. I have one question for you. Raise your hand if Adios Coyote was your favorite story. The first one. Raise your hand if Wolf Who Cried Boy was your favorite story. Raise your hand if both of them were your favorite stories. Very good. Excellent. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you so much.